In the vibrant town of Ponyville, nestled in the magical land of Equestria, life was usually filled with joy and harmony. But one day, dark clouds gathered over Misty Peak, and deep, echoing roars began to shake the valley. The skies dimmed as strange smoke filled the air, and Ponyville was gripped with fear. Whispers of a terrible danger spread, and an uneasiness settled over the town. In response, Mare called an emergency meeting, gathering Ponyville's heroes, Sparkle, Rainbow, Rare, Appie, Pie, and Flutter. The 6 ponies stood before the crowd, determined to put an end to the mysterious disturbance.
We can't let fear rule our home,
Sparkle declared, her voice steady, though worry flickered in her eyes. The other ponies nodded in agreement, but none were sure what they might face. Flutter, usually the quietest among them, took a deep breath and stepped forward.
Maybe we should first find what's causing the noise,
Flutter suggested, her voice soft but steady. Her courage inspired the others, and together, they decided to set out for Misty Peak. As the ponies ventured towards the mountain, a thick fog rolled in, heavy and cold, making every step feel like a challenge.
Stay close,
said Appie, leading the way as the path grew narrow. Suddenly, the ground rumbled, and they looked up to see a rockslide barreling toward them. Reacting quickly, Sparkle cast a shimmering force field, shielding her friends from the falling rocks. Rainbow flew up, using her speed to knock loose stones away, while Rare fashioned a rope from a piece of fabric to help the group climb over the remaining boulders. After a few intense moments, they cleared the path and took a collective sigh of relief. Their determination renewed, they continued on. When they reached the enchanted forest, they were greeted by strange shadows flickering across the trees, and whispers floated through the air, filling them with an eerie sense of being watched. Suddenly, Flutter stopped and tilted her head, listening intently.
I hear a cry for help.
The other ponies exchanged wary glances.
It could be a trap,
warned Rainbow, her wings twitching. But Flutter couldn't ignore the sound, and the group cautiously followed her lead. Soon, they found a baby phoenix tangled in thorny vines, its feathers dimmed with fear.
Don't worry, little one. We're here to help,
Flutter said soothingly. Pie, thinking quickly, tossed a cupcake toward the vines. Enchanted by the sweet smell, the vines loosened just enough for Flutter to free the baby phoenix. With a happy chirp, the phoenix took flight, scattering shimmering feathers in its wake.
Thank you, brave ponies,
it called out, and in that moment, the ponies felt a spark of hope and courage. Finally, the group reached the slopes of Misty Peak. A fierce wind howled as dark clouds loomed overhead, and the ponies' hearts raced with anticipation. Suddenly, a thunderous roar split the sky, and swirling smoke surrounded them, thick and suffocating. At the top, they found themselves face to face with a massive dragon named Emberflare. His emerald green scales glimmered in the dim light, his eyes blazing like fire. Emberflare let out another mighty roar, and the ponies braced themselves, unsure if he would attack. Flutter, trembling but resolute, stepped forward.
Please, Emberflare. We're here to talk,
she called, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The dragon's fiery eyes narrowed as he growled.
Why should I listen to you, little pony?
We understand it's your place, but your rules are frightening everyone in Ponyville. We can help you find another place.
Help? No one has ever offered to help me. Everyone sees me as a monster.
Flutter's heart ached at his words.
You don't have to be alone. We'd love to be your friends.
Slowly, Emberflare opened up, sharing his story.
The roars and smoke you saw weren't entirely my doing. Long ago, a sorceress cursed me, binding me to this mountain and filling me with anger.
The ponies listened closely, their determination to help growing stronger. To break the curse, the group ventured deeper into Emberflare's lair, where ancient runes glowed faintly on the walls.
The sorceress's spirit might be tied to these symbols. If we can face her, we might break the curse,
Mare explained. Just then, a chilling laugh echoed through the cave, and the sorceress's spirit appeared, a swirling mist of malice.
Foolish little ponies, you think you tiny creatures can break my curse?
Our friendship is our greatest strength,
Declared Sparkle, her eyes blazing with resolve. Their united magic shone brightly, pushing back the sorceress's darkness. Emberflare, seeing their courage, felt a surge of hope and unleashed a golden flame, adding his power to theirs. The sorceress screamed as the combined magic of friendship and Emberflare's fire engulfed her, shattering the curse. The ancient runes faded, replaced by symbols of unity and light, and Emberflare stood free at last, gratitude shining in his eyes. Back in Ponyville, the ponies introduced Emberflare to the townsfolk, who initially shrank back in fear, but Flutter stood by his side, her faith in him unshakable. With time, Emberflare became a beloved member of the community, flying through the skies with Rainbow, creating beautiful magical displays with Mare, and sharing tales of adventure with Appie and the others. The townsfolk celebrated his arrival with a grand feast, welcoming him as a friend and guardian of Ponyville. As the sun set over the town, laughter and joy filled the valley. The six friends looked at one another, their bond stronger than ever, knowing they had faced their fears and discovered the magic of friendship could overcome any darkness. Together, they'd brought peace to Ponyville, and in their hearts, they knew that, no matter the challenge, they could face it united.